My name is Stefan, today with Baby Audio, and I would love to welcome you here at IMSTA FESTA 2022. Today, in part 2, we will have another look at 3 of the plugins in Baby Audio's ever-growing list of innovative and fun plugins. The first one will be Spaced Out, which is a cool, innovative marriage between a delay engine and reverb engine. Next, we'll have a look at Parallel Aggressor, which is parallel saturation and parallel compression par excellence. And last but not least, we will have a look at Tape, which is also a quite innovative and quite interesting tape emulation plugin. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, let's jump right into the session. What do we have? We have various single tracks, a drum groove, different keys, electric guitar, synth chords, lead vocal, and a full mix. Let's start with the drum groove first. Let's open up our first plugin, which is Spaced Out. Here it is. A nice, clean, modern-looking GUI, of course, fully resizable as well. And you have 2 different color schemes, light and a dark one. Let's jump back to the light one. Let's first put the plugin in bypass and have a listen to the drums. So quite straightforward, clean drums. Now with Spaced Out. Okay, so what do we have? We have in the central section, we have the central mixer, and that would be the first innovative feature in this plugin, I would say, because this XY pad joystick control allows you to morph between dry wet and left right, which is your echoes, and your space, which is your delay and your reverb engine. Let's first start with the delay engine with the echoes. And here you see quite prominently the 16-step sequencer, 16-step delay sequencer. And here you can just program in your delays. Which is really nice. Here you'll also find 4 different modes, like straight, 2x, dotted, and triplets. Let's start with the dotteds, for example. Let's change it to triplet. Let's go to 2x and back to straight. In the bottom corner, you'll find different sliders and buttons. For example, here is intensity slider where you can choose your feedback and you can choose your sustain of your delays. So shorter delays. Or quite long ones. Short ones with a lot of feedback. And short ones with less feedback. Next to that, you'll find the dimension button with 2 different modes, or 3 different modes: off, ultra wide, and motion. And ultra wide gives you this kind of stereo spread. And motion is also quite stereo-ish, but with some kind of motion. Next to this, we have 4 different texture buttons, which gives you different colors. From clean, wonky type to lo-fi to hazy. Let's have a listen to wonky type, for example. This hazy is especially cool with this phaser flanger effect. And next to that, we have the reverse button, and this is really also really creative and really nice. Gives you a really cool effect. Then we have some filters, of course, high pass filter, low pass filter. Really nice. Okay, let's jump straight to the reverb engine and maybe try a different source. Let's go for, oh, well, let's go for the synth chords maybe. Make them a bit bigger. All right, already quite epic and big. What do we have here? We have this kind of a joystick again, this kind of XY joystick pad with 4 different zones. And those 4 different zones are the length here and are 4 different characteristics. So here you have the lush setting, here you have a trippy setting, here you have an alien setting, and here you have a cosmic setting. Let's have a listen to lush first. Let's try maybe a cosmic. So there's a slight difference between them. And you not only got those 4 different rooms or different flavors with the various lengths, you also got 4 different programs with tinier rooms, like really tiny, like vacuum, through small space, medium space, all the way up to outer space. Let's have a listen to vacuum and trippy maybe with the medium length. I'll show you the plugin bypass as well. So that gives you a really nice ambience where you don't really hear much of a reverb kind of effect, but gives you a nice sense of space to your material. Let's try outer space and alien, why not? And here you get this nice kind of modulation effect. All right, next we have pre-delay in the bottom corner. And here you just click and drag, and you can, you know, have your various pre-delay values here. Next we have Stardust, which adds a nice sheen and a nice kind of shimmer effect to your reverb. Mellow is a set of filters, low and high pass. A cleanup is kind of special, and that one trims your dry signal into the reverb to give you a less dense response. And Weith is exactly what you think it is. It turns your reverb into mono reverb. Okay, in the center section, you got a ducker, which is also syncable to your DAW's tempo. Without the ducker. Yeah, and this one ducks your dry signal, ducks your wet signal when dry signal is playing. Then we have a nice dice generate randomization tool here, and then over here as well, which gives you already, musically tuned effects over the whole spaced out plugin. So that one could be a nice kind of instant inspirational tool. All right, so that was it. That was spaced out. Next, let's have a look at parallel aggressor. And for this one, we'll mute the single tracks and we'll jump into this full song session over here. Let's open that one up. This is a songwriting session I did back the other day. Let's quickly have a listen to the material. It's a quite poppy R&B kind of song. Let's open parallel aggressor on the drums and percussion bus. Here it is. Let's solo this one. First, have a listen to the drums and percussion without the plugin. All right. Now, what do we have? We have 3 different faders. We have the spank level, the dry level, and the heat level. We have 2 different sections, the spank section and the heat section. Spank section is the parallel compressor, and heat section is the parallel saturator. You can solo each section, and of course, dry level is your original dry signal. Let's focus on the spank section first. Let's solo this one up. And you can simply just, when you dial in this spank wheel, you get more or less parallel compression. Yes, definitely a lot of spank in there. All right, so here in the bottom, we have spank style, which are different style injections. You have extra punch, extra smack, you have low preserve, you have mono. Mono is just that, it monos your parallel signal. With low preserve, you get a low cut filter to filter out some, it's a sidechain signal to your compressor, which filters out some low ends, so you get more of kicks and sort of. Have a listen to the kick drum. So you definitely get the kick drum even better with the low preserve. Extra smack gives you more glue and more thickness to your signal. And extra punch does exactly what it says on the tin. Just even more spank. Okay, let's choose extra smack for the moment. Let's unsolo the spank level. Okay, make sure the heat level is not engaged. With parallel aggressor and now without. In context with the whole song. All right, so the heat section, let's lower the spank level and pump up the heat level. Let's solo the drums and percussion again. Well, heat is a warm analog modeled saturation algorithm. Same here, you just dial in the heat wheel. Oh, it's already parallel, sorry. We first solo it, this one. Yeah, as I already mentioned, it's a warm analog model saturation algorithm, which definitely got some aggressiveness, but we like it. Yeah, and that one will simply add some non-linear harmonics to your, which blend with your dry signal. Next to that, we also have in the bottom corner here 4 different style injections, which is extra hot. Then we have tone, which gives you a different flavor. We have low preserve again, and we also get a high cut with some extra hot. Nice, let's engage the tone. A bit more mid-rangey. Low preserve. And the high cut. Makes it also a bit more rounder. Let's keep it extra hot and with some heat. Let's put it in parallel. And off we go. Let's listen to bypass and unbypass. All right, let's get the party started with spank level as well. We also have a closer look down here. We also get a auto gain function, which is enabled on default, and that one ensures that the combined level of all 3 signals is roughly matches the input dry level. So that also tells you and allows you to experiment with different settings and with different internal mix balances while keeping a consistent plug-in output. And of course, you do have an extra output number here. With the whole mix. right, what is also really cool is let's copy it quickly over to the bass. And on bass it's also like magic. Yeah, here we go. Let's factory default. And some extra punch there. And some mid-range goodness over here. Let's unbypass everything. Or unsolo, I want to say. Before. And after with everything. Really nice. That was parallel aggressor. And last but not least, you also get 3 different color schemes, which is black, very light, gray, light, and back to black. So that was parallel aggressor. Let's close this one. Let's stay in the session. Why not? And let's open up tape, our last plugin for this round. So here it is. Here's the tape plugin, and that's tape with an I and without an E, and that makes it TAIP. And AIP, while AI is a real, I must say, overused and real fancy word in our industry today. In short, Baby Audio went down the rabbit hole, and they happened to feed the algorithm various training data of derived versus processed audio, and teach it to identify the exact characteristics that makes up the differences. And once these differences have been learned by the AI, you can now apply them to your new audio. And that is really cool and really fancy. Okay, so I think the most important part and the most important dial is this drive knob over there. Let's start with factory default. Let's keep it on the drums and percussion for a moment. Let's solo those, have a listen. Start with the chorus. And you really can, you can hear it. You can really take it from really subtle to all the way up to extreme saturation. Some warmness again. And here's some subtle drive. Okay, you also get this mix dial here, this mix fader, and with that one, you can again parallel process your material. And with the mix knob combined with the aware over here, you can create some nice tape flanging effects. Really cool. In a model selection, you have single and dual. And single brings you 1 tape emulation, while dual brings you the combination of 2 in series. For even greater effect. What Weith exactly does is it adds subtle flanging, of course, in combination with this mix fader here, but it also adds wow and flutter. And also some various degradations which happen when you use older machines, for example. Okay, the high and low shape, they allow you to saturate the low or the high end more, less than the rest of the frequency spectrum. Let's have a listen. Now there's a lot of high-end crunch. Same goes for low shape. The glue feature over here is a compression effect that naturally occurs in tape recordings. And that one you can crank it up all the way up to 100%. So that one really gives you a lot of tape compression. All right, noise. Well, that one adds tape noise or removes it entirely. And presence, well, that one brings back the brightness that gets maybe lost on tape recordings. So as a reminder, without the plugin, and with. I can also use this input here to drive the tape more with hot, for example. And I also got an auto gain feature here, and that just let me add more gain while keeping a consistent plugin output. But I also, of course, I have an output dial here. Okay, quickly in context with the whole mix. Let's quickly put tape on the bass. Without tape. And with tape on the bass. Last but not least, you also got 3 color schemes like black, gray, and white. And that was Tape by Baby Audio. And here we are. Those were my 3 plugins for you today. We had, first of all, Spaced Out, which is a really cool mixture between a delay and reverb. Next, we had Parallel Aggressor, which is a fantastic parallel compression and parallel saturation plugin. And now we got Tape, which is an AI-based tape emulator. If you liked what you just seen and what you've heard, then head over to www.babyaud.io, which is www.babyaud.io, and here you'll find all the further informations and also some freebies and demos of the plugins. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.